The Sounders women bring their undefeated record back home to Starfire. 3 wins, no losses for the Sounders, but tonight a stiff test as they take on the Colorado Rapids women. It's the Rapids and the Sounders from Starfire. Welcome back into Starfire, ladies and gentlemen. John Billings with you here once again for Sounders women's soccer. Well, it's been a near flawless start to the season so far for the Sounders women. 3 matches, 3 victories. Things got started on the road up in Vancouver before last Thursday night. The Sounders women right here at Starfire got their first home victory of the W League season. It wasn't easy, but they got the job done. Both of these teams having to play a lot of games in a short succession of time. The Rapids women have played 2 games on Friday and Sunday, just yesterday, so they'll come in here with some tired legs. The Sounders, the same, as having to play a lot of games in a short time span. I caught up with both coaches, head coach for the Rapids, assistant Randy Hansen for the Sounders women, and asked them how their team's going to feel after those heavy legs. Here with the head man for the Colorado Rapids, Daniel Klitnovich, and after the couple games and a few days up in Canada, it's a tough road trip.
It is tough.
How do your ladies come in and feeling physically and mentally at this point?
Well, to be honest with you, our character and our spirit's so good at the moment that a lot of them are just probably nursing just tiredness, and they're not going to really let me know too much about that. Regarding injuries, I think we're all pretty fit. Everyone's good to go.
Yeah, for those, especially in the Seattle area, that haven't seen you guys play,
Yep.
What can you expect, both kind of tactically, as style, and then maybe a player or two that will jump out at us?
Oh, I think we're the type of team that just it's going to work hard. We've got a good bunch of girls that just have a positive attitude, and same with our youth team, our U20s. It's all the same. We've really recruited not only ability but just attitudes and characters. It was a big thing for me putting this team together. Was I really needed players that just didn't want to quit. It's an Australian mentality, but you find it in America very easily. Very easy.
I think there's a lot of energy in the locker room, and I think that they're ready. They understand. A lot of them are professional players, and so they understand how to recover and how to do those things. So I think we're ready.
Tactically, what have you seen as now the team's starting to come together a little bit? This will now be 3rd or 4th time national team players have played with everybody else. What are you expecting on the field?
It's interesting because when the players change, the shape changes. I'd hate to have to scout us because we've done something different every time. And so in some ways, because it's been a little bit of a battle of attrition, they have the same schedule we do as far as 3 games in 4 days, and we've had 3 games in 5. Little nicks and stuff here, so there's new players in with chances, and that changes things a little bit.
Let's get you quickly to the starting lineups as the Sounders women start with a pretty much unchanged lineup. A little different up front is Kara Cutler in place for Sydney LaRue. She's got a slight ankle injury, nothing too severe, but of course with national team duty, she won't be seen tonight. Robertson in goal. She's been fantastic out of Ohio State. Up front, it's Simao, the one you want to watch. Samia Pereira Simao, the Brazilian, 2 assists on the season. First touch as she finds teammate Veronica Perez. There's a one-on-one opportunity for Cutler across the face of goal. Morgan's there! And it's Alex Morgan in the 3rd minute of play, and the Sounders off to an early 1-0 lead. An early 3rd minute goal from Alex Morgan. John Billings with you here on the call. Here's Alex Morgan again, able to turn the corner. Can she find the back post? It's Patterson there, and it's 2-0 Sounders. Game coming up with a couple of huge saves here. Patterson down the line to Morgan. Had Perez right down the middle, but Morgan will do it herself. She's got a chance to pass. She'll take the shot herself. And I think a little smile. Cox looking for the feet of Morgan. Oh, and she is just suplexed down at the edge of the area. This has got to be a card. It is a yellow to Brooke Spence, the captain. Further wide this time. It's Veronica Perez. Ooh, and it just whizzes past the post. They had, or as the Italian name goes, the tifo. Ooh, a big clattering. Solo is kicked right into the midsection. She's not happy about it, telling our official that should be a card at the back post, though. This one's going to go on frame. It could be a goal, and it is! A look of chagrin from Stephanie Cox as the cross-turned shot gives her the first goal of her Sounders women career. Your first goal of the Sounders women campaign, a cross or a shot, or does it not matter?
Just a strong set piece. I'll put it that way. Usually my goals, not super intentional in the past, but if you put it on frame, who knows what can happen.
Well, and maybe more impressive, you get the shutout as part of the back four, and all night long you were a big part of creating chances as well. You guys are starting to look a little bit more cohesive just about every game.
I'm really proud of our defense, our back line, just the way that we were working with our midfield in front of us, the communication, the leadership back there, all across the back line. It felt really smooth.
You're a modest player, but the communication and leadership, you're a massive part of that. What do you bring to this team when you're out on the field?
I have a lot of experience, obviously, on the international level, and a lot of these players, some of them are, still in college. A lot of them are still in college, so they take the communication really well. They're so receptive to it, and I just hope that me being out there can only help them grow as players.
It always feels good to get that zero. It's been a long time coming, but that's just kind of the life of a goalkeeper, I don't play for stats, never have. I don't play for the zero, although I really want it. For me, I hope when I step on the field, I'm playing to the best of my ability, and hopefully that means it's the best that this country has to offer.
You have some players who are UW grads as well in front of you. Kate Dynas, for one, she's starting to grow into her role there, but every time we ask her about leadership, she says you first. Are you starting to really feel connected to that back four?
I don't try to lead. That's not my style. I think, I'm not the one in the locker room before games trying to pump everybody up. I lead by, I really know the defense. I really understand decision making, and I kind of embrace that. I'm 30 years old, so I think I should know the game by now. And when I first stepped on the field with Kate, you could tell she was young and eager to learn. I don't know how much experience she necessarily has in the center back position. She's been kind of moved all over the place. So it's inspiring to me to watch her try and just be a sponge, embrace everything, and really just listen. I don't want to be a drill sergeant back there, but at the same time, she listens, she talks back to me, we can bounce ideas off one another, and that's just respect.
You're a competitor, and you had a couple opportunities tonight to maybe show some of that, a couple tough challenges. Are you all right? What'd you think about it?
Yeah, I'm okay. It shows the grit and the guts that this team played with, but at the same time, I think our skill level is head and shoulders above the skill level of the team we just played against. So with that said, I think it comes down to the ref taking control of the game. I'm proud of our team. I'm proud of our team for taking the emotions of the game and keeping our skill level at the top of our game. You saw my competitiveness. You saw it come out, but I kept my mouth shut and we got the job done.
So now you head back with the national team and resume duties as you lead closer and closer to the Olympics. Your thoughts on what the Sounders have allowed you to do and kind of a springboard to those Olympic Games?
Yeah, you have to understand when you play with your country, there's not a ton of games. It's not like we're playing from preseason to postseason. There's not a ton of games. You travel the world, you train a lot, you have a lot of training camps, but games is really when you can put your mark on what you want to do, so you can play your style. My style, I play a lot with my feet. I like to serve balls. I'm not a playmaker back there, but the game has changed so much to where a goalkeeper has to be good with the ball at their feet. And right now, I'm getting experience. I'm getting 90 minutes of making decisions, playing to my backs, playing midfielders, knowing when to go forward. It's all about decision making, and you don't get that in training day in and day out.
I think, first off, the two early goals really kind of set the tone of the game. We had a little bit of a lull in the second half, but we defended extremely well. I think we're getting better and better as a back four, even with different personnel back there, and that helps us be a little bit more composed in the midfield and up top as well.
Yeah, 3 of the 4 games have been shutouts, some with Hope Solo, some without, some with Stephanie Cox, some without. How do you build that cohesion with different players coming in and out?
I think obviously when we get to train together, it helps. We haven't had a lot of time, but we've had a lot of chalk talks and a lot of sitting down and walking through some things to make sure we're all on the same page. So as long as we can visually all see it, then we'll be a lot better.
Finally, this caps off a string of a lot of games and short days and traveling and all over. What do you feel about your team's both fitness and mental strength to get past all that?
Yeah, I think to come out of the entire series that we've had with with no losses says a lot about our team, especially when two were traveling up to Vancouver and then one to Victoria. So I couldn't be more happy with getting the 4 wins and, all the points as well to go along with it. So we've done our job both at home and away, and now we just have to continue the streak on Friday.
Next up is Friday, the Whitecaps Cascadian rivalry. You've played against those guys, so you have to have a little bit of, I don't know if bad feelings is the right word, but looking forward to it for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think we both want to play better than we played the last time we matched up against each other. So it'll be interesting to see the adjustments that both of us make.
So the Sounders women with a 3-0 victory, 2 early goals in the first half as Alex Morgan dominated action, and then Stephanie Cox put the icing on the cake late in the second half. That means 4 games and 4 victories for the Sounders women, putting them top of the table with 12 points in the Western Conference as they chase down the Pally Blues. Next up for the Sounders women, Friday night, you heard Coach French talk about it. It's the Vancouver Whitecaps, the Cascadian rivalry right here at Starfire. Tickets are going fast for this one. The grandstand's nearly sold out and a few left on the bleacher side, so don't wait too long. Get on SoundersWomen.com and get your tickets today. Well, for myself, John Billings, and for all of our crew here at Starfire, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.